Okay, it's 6:30, so we'll start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You call the roll, please, Joan?
Mayor Swenson.
Here.
Counselor Gorder. Here. Counselor Tafe.
Here.
Counselor Bacco. Here. Counselor Hanson.
Okay. Okay, the first item on the agenda is to approve the agenda, the consent agenda. Is there any comments or changes to the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
And I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Tave to approve the consent agenda, seconded by Councilman Gorder. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We might as well start with the first public hearing on the conditional use permit for new marina in City Park. And we'll start that at 6:32. So, is there any comments, any input from anybody? Okay. Well, if there's no comments, we will close the public hearing on the proposed condition, or the conditional use permit for the new marina at 6:33. And we'll, I think we can probably fit you in, Larry, next. Yeah.
Couple minutes here.
Not yet.
Okay, just give you a quick MnDOT project update. We did meet with MnDOT last Friday to review the brick pavers. And if you've seen it downtown, we got a lot of settling with those pavers, and then the concrete's uneven. Last winter, we had an issue with sidewalk heaving up in front of Peddler Dan's. Randy had to grind that sidewalk just so he could get into the door. MnDOT had met with their contractors and trying to come up with a solution. And basically, they're recommending removing those pavers, pull all those red big pavers out. Anything that's got concrete on each side of it, pull those out and then pour in colored concrete. Try to get that gap sealed up as best as they can. They even mentioned maybe even trying to caulk a little bit, they're not sure, but I think we've got a problem with moisture going down, getting underneath those pavers, and plus it's washing down and pulling all the sand out. That's kind of what's going on. I don't think they had room to do that, Steve. I think I asked that question last fall when they're talking and, trying to get a decent rebar in there in a spot that long is, so yeah, they'll just basically pull it out and then just pour concrete in, is what they're talking, Steve. They have some, plastic or something they'll have on it.
And just for everybody's information, that'd only be a couple blocks or
Right,
or
it's
whatever,
from
so.
28 south to Fifth, and then a little bit south of Fifth yet. Any spot where we got concrete on both sides. There's not very much south of Fifth. But there is quite a bit on those first two blocks. And then actually I think the corner's on the north side of 28, 29 intersection. There's a couple, little spot right there too. So anyway, any place you got concrete on both sides of the pavers, they're coming out. As soon as they can get a contractor scheduled to come in, they plan on doing that. So anyway, that's their plan. We did talk about, the broken sidewalk out in front of Casey's. They're gonna get us a price to pull those panels out if we decide we wanna do that. So MnDOT said they'd get us a price. Just, seeding wise, they pulled out the dead sod and then put topsoil in and then seeded it and mulched it. And basically 30 days, have the contractor and water it, and then it's ours. So They also interseeded areas, anything they didn't pull the sod out, they did go in there and added in seed to those areas to try to get it to grow. So far, we've got moisture this spring, so that should really help it here. So anyway, then, they did say they resolved most of the issues with the contractor, so they're talking, even trying to have a final pay request next month of closing that project out. I was kind of shocked to hear that. I thought they usually kind of seem to drag on a little bit, trying to get all the paperwork done, but they thought they may have final payment coming in June. So again, that's good for us that we can start working on assessment calculations and then kind of get ready for an assessment hearing this fall. So just so you're aware of that. Then we'll also work with PFA to get reimbursement too, Joan. So that's where we're at with MnDOT. And then on the lift station project, they took care of the punch list. They had just a couple of things left on that. I'm trying to get MPCA out for an inspection. He was talking spring or summer, and I told him I'd like to get that this month, so we can pay that contractor off in June is the plan. So they gotta do a final inspection for their funding. So that's an update on the project. I guess any questions from myself or Nick? I guess we did go down, look at the seating along the trail, and it's coming, but it's got a little bit left to go. So,
So is that seeded too, Larry? By
I
the
think
tr-
they did last fall, wasn't it, Nick? Last fall, I think they had some seed carry, so we'll have to take a look at it.
Okay.
Again, we're starting to get the warm weather. We got rain, but now we get a little warm weather, and we'll see if she comes out. Okay,
Okay,
thanks a lot.
yeah, thank you, Larry. I'm gonna go to the next item on the agenda, which is an update on the Pope Douglas environmental drop site. They want to get moving on the dirt work and getting that established, and so we've contracted with or contacted a surveyor, and they should be doing that within the next 2 weeks. Once that's done, Pope Douglas can come in and start setting up the site, so I think they're hoping by June or July. Is that about right, Joan? Yeah. So, the other item I was gonna mention is that we have a Krispy Kreme fundraiser at the Lakeshore Park, May 28th, and I don't know if that's for new beach equipment, new floating platforms, and a sign for the beach, and
Slide.
and a slide and so forth. So, is there anything you wanted to say, Derek, about that? Or?
I can just repeat what I've said a couple times. Will that work?
Yeah.
I think you all know me, Derek from Beachside. My kids were on the beach equipment when the slide fell apart last time, so Kevin and I were out on the beach with our kids, and decided maybe the people of town should maybe try to put on a fundraiser. So I got to thinking, I asked Ted, I ended up asking Glacier Lakes Doc for some information, and so I came up with 3 rafts, well actually, started with 2 slides from Glacial Lakes Recreation. They weren't able to find rafts, but Ted at Minnewaska Marine was able to locate 3 rafts, and Mitch Gosling from Northern Print was able to come up with a design for new beach equipment signs. The break-even dollar amount is around $15,000 for all of those materials. I was trying to figure out how to start a fundraiser. I've seen Krispy Kreme fundraisers done in the past in different areas. Thought we'd try it. I called down there. I got an email, got information, found the sheet, filled it out. Was able to utilize the Chamber of Commerce for some advertising funds to get signs up around town, which is greatly appreciated. The donuts, the price of the donuts are covered. Hopefully we get enough out of this fundraiser to fund all the pieces, and hopefully get them donated to the city of Starbuck for nice, clean, brand new beach equipment. Yes, so, there's different ways to do it. Kevin and I and Amanda kind of were brainstorming. We asked for input from other people. They didn't really know, so we just kind of took this on and rock and rolled with it, if that's okay. Don't really have any leadership to, correct us, because we don't know how to do this, but we're trial and error, and all we can do is fail, I guess, if it happens. But, so, what we're planning on doing is I failed and told Mitch that the location was going to be at the beach parking lot, but even if we did a drive-through there, it probably wouldn't be enough room for the backup of traffic on the street. So I said we should almost do it in the Lakeshore Park. All of us said, yeah, that makes more sense. And then we thought maybe doing a drive-through, but now we're thinking about just taking over by the flags there, if that's available. I was going to talk to you, Joan, on that. So for that event, and I don't know the correct time yet. It's roughly 10 o'clock a.m., but everything's going to be advertised through the Facebook post, because we're going to change how the way we're doing things by just small things in that. Dollars, like Gary and I were talking at the Chamber of Commerce meeting, does it make more sense for donations to be written to the City of Starbuck or the Chamber of Commerce? I know the Chamber of Commerce has agreed to be this fiscal agent for this fundraiser, hold the funds, then purchase the equipment individually, and then donate it to the City of Starbuck, then to put on the beach. How would the City Council, all of you, would like to handle this? This is your department.
I
What do
think
you-
you'll want it to go through the chamber and donate it.
Go through the chamber?
The only thing is, a lot of these businesses would like the tax deduction for the donation for, there's at this point, at the fundraiser, around the same time, we're asking for donations, other donations on top of the donuts to fund the rest of the amount. The donuts should bring in roughly $7,000-ish, or whatever, we're asking for 15,000. Hopefully we get that gap. If not, we might have to cancel one raft or something, but I hope not. But those extra donations, do you think everything should go back through the Chamber of Commerce, then written to the city?
Well, let's get back to you.
Okay.
Talk it over.
Yep, so if you guys could tackle that for me and make
Is
a
it-
decision, let me know
As
so
far
I
as
can.
tax deductions, is it a problem if it goes through the chamber? I wouldn't-
That's what I was asking.
I
I know
wouldn't-
Tom Buchan says they're not a chapter, whatever that chapter is.
501c3.
I know nothing about that. But I know people that donate, funds would like it to be a tax deductible donation. I don't know, I'm not an accountant, so. But if you guys could tackle that decision for me, that'd be great.
Okay,
We will be changing the Facebook information post the next few days with small corrections on things we're doing. But
Derek, I have a question.
Correct.
How will people find it on the Facebook? Because I won't put the time and stuff in the paper, but how will they find it on Facebook? Like, what's it under?
Okay, around town, we have the event signs all over that say, when they drive around, they can see that it's Starbuck Beach Equipment Fundraiser. That's the title.
So if they just looked at that and start.
Yeah, if
Perfect,
they
thank you.
type in Starbuck Beach Equipment Fundraiser, that's what's on all the signs around town, and we're trying to keep it really uniform.
Perfect, thank you. Didn't mean to interrupt, but.
You're fine.
how many dozen donuts, did you say that?
600 dozen donuts are on the way. So right now, I don't know if somebody's handy can look up the page, but there's over 300 people interested. Once, hopefully, we can get in Pope County information and get it posted in the newspaper. Hopefully, we can get up, hopefully people buy a couple dozen, and we should be just fine. Let's hopefully we can get couple more donations on top of that to fill in the gap. So is my goal including people, town people too. So.
Has anybody thought about a brain grant or requesting a brain grant?
At this point, let's hopefully individuals in town can pull this off. So I hope so, but we'll find out. So
I wonder if you should apply for the brain grant now, cause there are meetings coming up, and then if you don't need it, you could just
Right.
cancel it, but at least you'd be in before they're cut off.
All right, who do I talk to on that?
You can get a request or a form from the chamber, I think, or, I don't know, does this city have
Yeah,
forms?
we have some forms.
Okay.
Or the city, so.
So. All right,
Like
anything
to-
else?
Like to thank you, Derek, for taking this on. It's,
Somebody's gotta do it.
it's a good thing for the city and I think, you'll be surprised at what the outcome is.
Right.
It's great.
We're
Thank you.
19 days away and hopefully we're done planting by then, so.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Derek, one more time, you said Starbucks Beach Equipment Fundraiser?
Yes.
No. I'm not coming anymore, but maybe it's me. Starbucks. I don't wanna put it in the paper wrong.
Starbucks Beach Equipment Fundraiser.
Okay. I typed it this at the moment.
Like Mary and Wendy running the new bar.
So,
They could probably get a link through the chamber Facebook page.
don't bring that.
I-
Okay, it's 6:45, or 6:47, so I'm gonna suspend the regular meeting and open the public hearing on the Verizon cell tower to be constructed on parcel 27-0624-006, which is at the northeast corner of the old high school football field. This has been recommended to the council by the Planning and Zoning Commission, and they've had a presentation on it, and you have materials in your packet that discuss it and so forth, so. Is there any comment on that, or anybody who'd like to speak about that? Okay. Well, hearing none, I'm gonna close the public hearing at 6:48 and resume the regular council meeting. Next on the agenda is the police, and I don't believe Mitch is here this evening, so was there any questions or comments on the police report for this month? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda. Randy, do you have anything for water and sewer, or?
We finished up getting the docks in, so everything's in. We just got, some numbers to be painted on them, cause everything got kinda switched around. We swapped out a lot of old broken ones with some that were in a lot better shape. I would like approval to sell our old Case 580 tractor, the one that we used to use to mow the airport. We got that newer Kubota that we use now, from Bruce Bakewell. So this one really isn't used. We talked to Mike Souls and they said that they would sell it for us, or list it for us, so, I guess I'd like approval to,
What do they think it's worth?
I'm not exactly sure. They took the loader off when we used it to start mowing, and there's a shaft that goes through the frame that was rusted, and they ended up cutting the shaft off. So the loader is still there, it would just need some work to get it put back on. We would sell it with it, yes. Okay.
Do we have a motion on that, Joan, or?
Yep.
I'll make a motion that we approve the sale of that 580 case loader, that tractor that we used to use for mowing the airport.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Gorder to approve the sale of the loader and tractor, and seconded by Councilman Tafe. That was a case.
Case, yep.
Case, okay. Yeah, any questions, discussion? None? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
All right, also, we have all the old docks that we've been taking out. We've just been stacking them up at the transfer station right now. Not exactly sure what we'll end up doing with them. But I think I'd probably like to put an ad on Craigslist and just say free. Maybe somebody wants them for something and we can get rid of some of them, so I thought I'd just see if we could get rid of some of them that way and see what happens.
Is it,
Nope, they're mostly foam and lumber around the outside, and then there's an angle iron frame inside that's poured in concrete. So, well, 50 from this year and 30 from the years, so probably 80 some.
is the frames worth anything, Randy, or
No,
be,
they're
cost
poured in-
more to?
They're poured in concrete, so
Oh,
you gotta totally take them apart and demolish them to do anything with them, so. Yep, see if we can get rid of some of them anyway. So, yep.
Yep.
We've had a few people ask already that have tile discharges that they can't get at, and they asked if they could get them just to put next to the tiles, so they've got something to walk onto to get out to clean the end of the tile, so. Somebody may find a use for them, so.
sure.
Might as well.
I'll make a motion that, we put something out on Craigslist for, free for the old docks from the marina.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Councilman Gorder to approve putting the old docks on Craigslist, see if we can dispose of some of them, seconded by Councilman Tafe. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thanks, that's all I have.
Anything else?
Nope.
Nope. Thank you, Randy. So, move on to the next item on the agenda is the fire department is looking for approval for a permit for a one-day liquor license for the July 1st Heritage Days Street Dance. Anything we need to know, Doug? Okay. So just need a motion and, on
I'll
that.
make the motion to approve the one-day liquor license for July 1st.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Tafe to approve the one-day liquor license for the fire department for July 1st street dance, seconded by Councilman Gorder. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Okay, we'll move on to the next item is our clerk treasurer, Joan Kirkfleet. I don't know if you had any comments on the budget reports comparison?
I just have the first quarter budget reports in your packets. If you have any specific questions, you can, ask. There's not too much to report yet. Our revenue for the general fund pretty much comes at the end of the second quarter. But, all the fire contracts, other than one small one, have been paid so far. Water collections are right at 25% of our budget. Costs are only 12% right now. And sewer, our collections are about at 23% of our budget right now, and costs are at 13 to 14%, so everything looks good through March.
Okay. Thank you, Joan. Next item on the agenda, I just wanted to make a comment on the airport. I don't think we have anybody here. Anything you wanted to say, Ted? Tom Bukins and I installed 4 new antenna that tracks aircraft with the ADBS system installed, so Tom checked it today, and there were like 5 aircraft that came through that we didn't even know about. I don't know if they're doing touch and goes or what, but, and all that was free equipment and so forth that, we put in, so. So, other than that, I guess we can move on to the old business, which is a paving project proposed by Harvey Peterson on East Broadway, Pope Street, and Tigan Street. We'll maybe bring this up at our work session or special session, whichever we schedule, so. Moving on to new business, the decision on allowing the new Verizon cell tower to be built on the parcel 27-0624-006. Is there any discussion or questions on that? If there are none, I'll entertain a motion to approve that going forward.
I'll make a motion that we approve the conditional use permit for the wireless communications tower on parcel number 27-0624-006.
I'll second that.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Gorder to approve, and Joan, is that a conditional use permit?
It is.
It is, okay. Motion by Councilman Gorder to approve the conditional use permit for new Verizon cell tower to be built on parcel 27-0624-006, seconded by Councilman Tafe. Is there any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is the decision on approving the conditional use permit allowing a commercial marina in Starbucks City Park. Any discussion or questions on that?
I'll make the motion to approve the conditional use permit for the commercial marina in the city park.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Tafe to approve the conditional use permit allowing a commercial marina in the Starbucks City Park, seconded by Councilman Gorder. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Moving on to the next item is to approve fund transfers for the fire department rent and the Starbuck fire contract for 2022. Is there any questions or discussion on that?
I'll make a motion that we approve the fund transfers for the fire department rent and the Starbuck fire contract for 2022.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Gorder to approve the fund transfers for the fire department rent and the Starbuck fire contract for 2022, seconded by Councilman Tafe. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is to discuss salaries for the election judges and summer help. Joan, I don't know if you want to talk about that at all?
Sure, you have a spreadsheet with kind of proposed, rate increases. One change to that, for the part-time summer help for streets and parks. We'd like to increase Larry's salary to $16 instead of $15. And everything else would stay the same.
I'll make a motion to approve the rate increases for the seasonal and election judges.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Tafe to approve the wage increases with the amendment discussed by Joan, seconded by Councilwoman Balko. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is to approve Resolution 2022-10, support for new LGA fund, or LGA formula increasing aid to cities. And this is something that's being decided in the legislature right now, and so this is a resolution we want to send to our representatives approving of the new formula. So,
I'll make a motion, we approve resolution number 2022-10, support for the new LGA formula increasing aid to cities.
I'll second that.
okay, we have a motion by Councilman Gorder to approve Resolution 2022-10, support for the new LGA formula increasing aid to cities. Seconded by Councilman Tafe. Is there any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is to approve Resolution 2022-11, allowing the Starbuck Fire Department Auxiliary to hold a raffle during the pork feed and street dance on July 1st, 2022.
I'll make the motion to pass resolution 2022-11.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Tafe to approve Resolution 2022-11 for the Starbuck Fire Department Auxiliary to hold a raffle during the pork feed and street dance on July 1st, seconded by Councilman Gorder. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Next item on the agenda is to approve the rental inspection service agreement with the Alexandria Housing and Redevelopment Authority. This is something we need, so they can proceed with our rental inspections, so.
I'll make a motion to approve the rental inspection service agreement with Alexandria, Minnesota Housing and Redevelopment Authority.
And I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Tafe to approve rental inspection service agreement with the Alexandria, Minnesota Housing and Redevelopment Authority, seconded by Councilman Gorder. Is there any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Last item on the agenda is to schedule a work session or special meeting in the near future, hopefully in the next week or two. So if everybody could check their calendars and see what will work. Shouldn't be a long meeting or anything.
I should be good except for next Wednesday.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I'd be okay for sometime this week.
Sometime this week?
I don't know where I'll be next week.
You good with sometime this week?
Yep.
Any conflicts?
Wednesday good?
No, we gotta give it 3 days, so.
Yeah, we gotta post it. If it's a special meeting, we gotta post it. So. Now, we post it anyway, right? Or don't we?
I'm not gonna be here Friday.
Let's do Thursday.
We could do it Thursday afternoon, or, I don't know what works for you, whatever works for you guys, but Thursday.
Sure.
So Thursday the 12th at noon? That work? Okay. So we'll schedule that for Thursday, May 12th at noon.
Do you want it to be just a work session, or do you want it to be a special meeting?
Let's discuss that when we put the agenda together, or put the posting together, so we can do that. So, I think we might have one, issue that may need to be voted on, so. Okay. That's all I've got, so.
I'll move that we adjourn the regular city council meeting for May 9th, 2022.
Okay. We have a motion to adjourn. We are adjourned. So, thank you, everybody.